Hello, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, which you probably are because I don't really have much subscribers. But yeah, as you've read the title, this video is going to be about 101 things of beauty. It's going to be like my own list of things I find beautiful. And I got this video idea from Heaven Sent Honey, who is this amazing YouTuber that you should definitely check out, especially if you're like a young girl or a girl in her 20s. I feel like you should definitely watch her videos because I don't know, me personally, I really love her channel and I feel like it kind of brings me down to earth. I don't know. Basically, check her out. But yeah, I'm going to be sharing my list of 101 things that I find beautiful. This list is kind of random and it's not like sorted by categories. I just like sat down and wrote this list, like whichever things came to my head, I like just wrote them down. And you know, thinking is a chaotic process, so yeah, it's not like organized or anything. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start because I'm rambling too much. Okay, so here is my little list, which is not so little because it continues on 4 pages. So the first thing on my list is stargazing. Just looking up at the sky and realizing how truly small and insignificant you are, and how truly vast the universe is, and how those stars that you're seeing, they have been there since forever. Well, not forever, but like, you know, since a really, really long period of time, and they're still gonna be there after you die. Which, yeah, I don't know. There's something really calming and peaceful about just looking up at the night sky. Number 2 is the moon, which goes on in the same category. Just looking at the moon as it follows you. I really love that the moon follows you. I really remember when I was younger and I was like in the back of my parents' car coming home from I don't know where, and I was just looking out the car window and seeing how the moon follows me through all the trees. Or whenever I go outside on a walk, the moon always follows you, and it's, I don't know, it's just so cool and beautiful. Number 3 on my list is seeing 2 birds or 2 butterflies flying together. It's just so beautiful, it makes me smile. Number 4 is water droplets on windows. 5 is water droplets on spider webs. Number 6, the sound of rain when you're sleeping in a tent. I don't know, but it's just so peaceful to me. I love it. Number 7, snowfall. Especially when you can see when the snowflakes are like big, like you can see all the tiny details. Beautiful. Number 8, frosted windows when you can see each little snowflake. Number 9, the glittering of the snow. This is why the winter time is my favorite, because when there is a lot of snow, it's really, really beautiful outside. Like, number 10, warm milk with honey. Milk with honey is just, I don't know, it's just an amazing combo, especially when you're sick or just when it's cold outside. Make yourself a warm cup of milk with honey. Speaking of warm drinks, number 11, hot chocolate on a cold winter day. Nothing beats that. 12, talking about shared memories with friends. I don't know how to explain this one, but me and my childhood friend, I don't know, when we talk about our memories together, there's something about nostalgia. There's something about feeling nostalgic. But yeah, I don't know how to like explain it further, but if you know what I'm talking about, you know. Number 13, teardrops, no matter happy or sad ones. 14, berries. Berries are just so cool and beautiful. Like the shape of them. Me personally, I really love the look of blackberries. I don't know. I know that's kind of random, but number 15, red roses. The red rose is kind of like what I consider to be the flower of evil. You know, it's kind of, if you think about it, it is kind of an untouchable flower because it has thorns. And I always have this, like, whenever I think of a rose and I imagine someone plucking a rose, I imagine them, like, trying to pluck the rose, but their fingers starts bleeding because they, like, picked it on the sharp edge. Really random, I know, but number 16, laying on the floor and listening to a good album. Oh my god, this, if you haven't done this, you need to do this. It's really a cool experience, and I've done this multiple times while listening to Pink Floyd. No comment. Number 17, the scent of the road after rainfall. Number 18, the scent of freshly mowed grass. Number 19, the scent of a basement, but the kind of basement where you keep jars of cucumbers, or like jars of what is the name? Oh my god, the French word is in my head but not the English one. Jam, where you keep jam, you know, the cold basements. 20, the scent of old books. 21, scent of nostalgia. You know, when you suddenly go outside and you smell the air, and then it's the same air you've smelled before. Suddenly you feel nostalgic, or you get a bunch of memories. 22, memories of certain times of weather or landscapes. I really don't know how to explain this one as well. I have some specific memories of really when it was like really beautiful outside, or like, yeah, when the weather was like really cool. For example, when I was younger, me and my friends were playing outside, and it was this beautiful rainy day where the sky was like golden, and there were many clouds, but the sky was golden and the sun was shining, rain was falling, and it was so beautiful. And I've never to this day gotten to experience that again, and it's such a beautiful memory to me. Where I remember when me and my class, we went on a little like trip. We were on this like big, I don't know what's it called, like we were just on some landscape, you know, and it was also a rainy day. We could see the rainbow, the whole rainbow, and there was like there were two rainbows. I don't know, I just love revisiting these kinds of memories, you know. 23, the sea, of course, the sea. 24, the waves of the sea, the sound of the sea. 25, coming across beautiful rocks. Me personally, I really love collecting rocks, the ones that are crystallized, or just cool rocks in general. Rocks are pretty fucking cool. 26, crystals. And speaking of crystals, I have one with me. I am currently staying at a house that belongs to this really old lady, and she has a collection of a bunch of crystals, and I feel like I really shouldn't be touching this, but I just had to show it. Like, this is made by nature. Is this not crazy? And she has a collection of these, like a bunch of these. I just had to show it. I'm gonna put it back, but I just had to show it. Number 27, mushrooms. Mushrooms are just so interesting looking and so cool looking, and there's so many variations of mushrooms. Yeah. 28, the idea of buying a piece of jewelry every time you visit some country. I don't know, but instead of buying like magnets that you can put on the fridge, which is cool too, like buying jewelry every time someone asks you, oh, where's your ring from, or where are your earrings from, and you're like, oh, these I got in Egypt. Oh, this I got this like in Belgium or something, you know. I also recently bought this. I'm in France currently, in the mountains, and I bought this really beautiful heart-shaped necklace. I really like it, and it's made from pieces of a race car to be specific, and I really like if someone's gonna ask me about it, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, I bought this in France, you know, I bought this there. Like, I just like the idea of wearing your jewelry and it's like from all around the world. I don't know, maybe that's kind of weird, but maybe not. 29, water dripping from icicles, or like icicles in general. So beautiful, dangerous but beautiful. 30, candlelit bath. 31, the smell of grandma's house. I feel like everyone's grandma's house has like a specific smell, and I still remember the smell of my grandma's house. 32, also kind of specific to me, but the food prepared by grandma. Nothing beats food prepared by grandma, and I really miss her food. 33, thunderstorms. One of my favorite things of nature, thunderstorms. 34, the darkness. Something about not being able to see and like it being completely dark. Scary but cool. 35, the mountains on a rainy day. The clouds are so beautiful. I'm gonna insert a video, but it's really beautiful. 36, dew on a field of grass. 37, foggy mornings. I love foggy mornings. 38, seashells. Seashells are really, really so beautiful. In my country, they're kind of like tiny, basic, like the basic idea of the seashell. But oh my god, in other countries, they're so beautiful. I mean, even in my country, they're still beautiful. Like, all seashells are beautiful. Like, there's really different kinds of seashells and just seashells. Like, I should shut up. 39, moss or algae. I don't know how to pronounce it, but moss or alga in water, specifically in like a flowy river, and when you can see the movements, really beautiful. 40, the fact that black holes exist and no one knows what happens when you go inside of one. Well, you probably die, but what do you mean black holes exist? Okay, honestly, what do you mean if space exists? What do you mean? We're in space, we're floating on a rock in space, like what the hell? This next one might also be kind of weird and maybe only specific to me, but 41, what you imagined what God looked like when you were a child. I feel like everyone has like their own idea of what God looks like. Maybe, I don't know. I have always imagined him, like, I have no idea why, and it's so interesting how my child self created this image of him. It's basically a guy in his late 20s or like early 30s with these square glasses with dark brown curly hair, like it's almost like a perm, and he's just wearing like a white gown, you know, something like what a god would wear. And I have always had this image that that's what God looks like, when obviously described by, like, I'm not religious, so I'm sorry if I do not want to offend anyone, or you know, but I don't know why my childhood brain like imagined, oh yeah, that's for sure what God looks like. So interesting. I don't know, like, please leave in the comments if you have your own image of what your childhood self like thought what God looked like or something like that. It's really interesting. 42, the woods, the sound of the woods, the birds, the wind, the trees. I really love the woods. 43, the sun sets at the sea. Really beautiful. 44, sound of ice cracking when you're skiing on a lake, which is kind of scary, but I have this memory of when I was younger and me and my dad, we were on a lake. I think he was trying to teach me how to ski, and we both were on this big lake and no one else was there because it was also like in the middle of the forest. There was this sound of ice cracking and I got really scared, but like, you know, it was safe to be on the ice. It's just such a cool but scary sound. 45, the sound of the snow when you're walking on it. I love the crunch. I don't know, it's 46, the sound of crickets on the evening or at night. 47, oh my god, I didn't translate this, so I do not know how to say it in English, but I'm gonna insert the word here. But yeah, those little bug thingies that glow at night, really cool. 48, musical instruments and the fact that we created them. Okay, the fact that humans created literally anything, but musical instruments are just so insanely cool. Every single musical instrument. Like, what do you mean we can create sounds like that? 50, being so immersed in a book that you enter the world. The imagination that you have while you read the little movie that plays in your head. The fact that we might read the same book, but we imagine the story, like the film in our head is going to be different. like reimagine things differently. So cool. 51, snakes, and specifically the way they make love. It's so interesting. I don't know, it's kind of like beautiful. I remember seeing this one video on Instagram. It was really, I don't know, it took me by surprise because who knew? 52, spider webs. Some are kind of boring, but there are some that are really cool and beautiful. 53, abandoned buildings and the fact that they have a history that we might not always know. We might not always know, like, what the hell was that building or something like that, you know? 54, church bells. 55, roosters in the mornings. I mean, the sound of roosters, not like anything else. 56, the sounds of frogs at night. Might be annoying to some, but to me, it's kind of a calming sound. 57, seeing starks and their nests. And seeing starks together. I love it so much. 58, clouds. 59, apple trees. 60, bats. I don't know, but bats are just really cool. 61, sunken ships. 62, coral reefs. 63, the idea of putting a letter in a glass bottle and throwing it in the ocean. Who even came up with this? Obviously, let's not do that because our oceans are suffering enough. But I don't know, like, the idea has been like in movies and like in animations and stuff, and I don't know, it's so cool. 64, bones and antlers. Really cool, really beautiful. 65, how the pupils of our eyes dilate in darkness, or the pupils of cats when they're hunting. They got so large and so intense. Really cute. 66, jellyfish, seahorses, starfish, or just any sea creature, to be honest. 67, how your lips change color when you've been in the water for too long. Like, I have these memories of swimming in the sea when I was younger, and my mom's like yelling at me to come out because my lips are already turning purple because I've been in the water for too long. 68, I know that many people are not gonna agree with me on this one, but long hair on men, I don't know, there's something about men who have long hair. It just has such a grip on me, I don't know. 69, spiral staircases. 70, dim lights when the room is a bit yellow. Kind of like now. I mean, it's not really like the perfect yellow. Oh my god, maybe I should leave it like this. Should I leave this on? I'm gonna leave it on, whatever. 71, ants carrying something. You know when you see these little ants and one might be carrying a leaf or like a little stick? Really cute. 72, bees collecting pollen from flowers. Really cute as well. 73, the inside of a tree. You know when you like cut a tree open and you can see all the lines in which you can tell the age of the tree from. It's really beautiful. 74, when a random black cat appears out of nowhere. You might take it as bad luck, but for me I take it as good luck always. 75, dragonflies. Just dragonflies. 76, lily pads. 77, mushrooms growing on a tree. You know when you see a random tree and there's like a random mushroom on it? 78, moss. Just moss. Any kind of moss. Just moss. 79, rainbows. Of course, this list has to mention rainbows. 80, sheep or lambs. I don't know, but something about little lambs or sheep, like, I don't know, something about sheep. 81, fish eyes or the eyes of fish. 82, cat whiskers. 83, random flowers growing at the sides of the roads. 84, all things burgundy the red wine color. I don't know, but something about that color, it's my favorite color. I just had to mention it. 85, reflection in water. For example, when you're looking at a puddle and you see the reflection of the sky, or when you're like looking at some body of water and you see your own reflection. And also the fact that it should have been the only way for us to see ourselves, like in the reflection of water. Like if mirrors didn't exist, we would have only seen ourselves only in the reflections of water. 86, finding a 5-petal lilac flower. I mean, I know there's different, I don't know how to say it correctly, but like different genres of lilac flowers, but in my country, when lilacs are blooming, they have 4 petals, and finding a 5-petal one always means good luck. 87, blue hour. 88, washed out pieces of glass from the ocean. They kind of look like crystals, and they're like not sharp anymore. They're like really beautiful as well. 89, when you light a candle and the wax drips on the sides. 90, the leaves of maple trees. I don't know why, but ever since I was little, I have always preferred the leaves of maple trees because I guess they're a bit more unique than the leaves of other trees, at least in my country. 91, lipstick on a glass, lipstick on a letter, lipstick on someone's cheek. Lipstick or a kiss mark? I think a kiss mark is what I tried to say. 92, the feeling of hot sand when you've just arrived at the beach, especially if it's like your first time at the beach. Amazing, and it hurts like hell, but that's how you know you're about to have an amazing day at the beach. 93, liquid honey. 94, the edges of a pie, aka the crunchy parts. And I'm sorry, we cannot be friends if you do not eat the crunchy parts of a pie. Like the end of a, like the crust, even the crust on a pizza. If you do not eat pizza crust, pie. 95, a crunchy cookie. Always, always, always a crunchy cookie. Like, I don't want to hear anything about soft cookies. A crunchy cookie is always the best one. 96, a loved pair of jeans. When they have ripped ends, edges, faded color to them. God, I love a loved pair of jeans. 97, the sway of trees in the wind. 98, seeing old couples together, especially if they're walking really close to one another or even if they're holding hands. 99, seeing children play together. I don't know, but every time I see children play together, it just warms my heart and it just hits back so many childhood memories from my own childhood. 100, the fact that languages exist and that there's not one single language, but so many cultures and so many, it's just so interesting and cool. And yeah, languages, I just love languages. And 101, the final one in my list, is life itself. As much as life can be hard at times, if you really think about it, life is beautiful. And like all the things that I mentioned here, that's life, baby, that's life. And it's beautiful. If you really look around yourself, life's beautiful. Even if you're going through hard things, you just have to, like, I don't know, you just have to really try to see the beauty in life. Yeah, I really hope that this video can serve as a reminder to look around yourself and try to see beauty in everything, in the things that you think don't really matter. I think people are really rushed nowadays and they don't like notice a lot of things. I think we need to slow down and just look around ourselves and just see things and just appreciate being alive, because the fact that we humans even exist, the fact that I exist, the fact that you exist, it is truly a miracle if you think about it. Like, imagine how many people had to come together for you and I to exist, you know? Thank you so much for watching. I'm running out of storage, like my phone has stopped a billion times. But yeah, thank you so much for watching and for clicking on this video, and if you made it to the end, I applaud you, because yeah, I don't know, I think it's a long video maybe. But yeah, please, if you did make it to the end of the video, share some things that you find beautiful. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.